Dream Team. It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with hilarious Larry Bird trash talk story told by NBA legends. He dropped 60 on us. Before we dive into Larry Legend, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Oh, you got Larry!
Welcome to one of the craziest and the most hilarious trash talking story from Larry Bird when he torched the Atlanta Hawks for 60 points and broke the franchise record. In this video, we go back and look at all the NBA players that were involved on this day, and they retell the story on the day Larry Bird torched them. He was talking trash, he was getting buckets, and he dropped 60 on the Atlanta Hawks, and they have some hilarious stories. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting. The one thing I'd love for you to do, if you do enjoy these videos, they do take me a long time to edit, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could hit that like button. Let's aim for 3,000 likes for the next episode. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new and enjoy these types of videos. And full credit to all the podcast interviews and clips used in this video. They are on the screen right now and in the description box down below. And I don't want to keep you guys waiting, so I hope you enjoy the video.
Man, listen, if you wasn't ready to play against Larry, you had a long night.
Well, you had the Bird night.
I had the Bird night. That was a tough night, man.
Kevin McHale got 56. Kevin McHale had 56.
I was just about to ask you,
right? Larry Bird said, I'm breaking your record in New Orleans against Atlanta. Public. He said it public. I'm like, oh, shit, no, not against us. He ain't break a record against us. What? Well, he had 60 that game. He had 60 the next night. Damn.
The biggest argument that night is, well, you only scored 6 on me.
But nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying.
I didn't know he announced it publicly and was like, hey, I'm dropping 60 on Atlanta. I thought he just told like Kevin, like, hey, you should have went for 60. You know what I'm saying? I thought that.
Let's get right to the Larry Bird show. I mean, this was Larry Bird's night. 60 points down in New Orleans.
If my memory serves me correct, you were part of the Hawks when Larry Bird went off for that 60 points and the whole bench went going crazy. And I think Fratello had to find everybody on the bench because Larry was just doing his thing in New Orleans. Can you share some of those stories with us? Because he was just unbelievable that night.
Well, you know what? It all how it all come about was McHale had scored 58 points the game before.
Kevin McHale on the 3rd of March, 1985, had a 56-point game against the Pistons on Sunday afternoon in Boston.
Oh, he was at home against Detroit, and Kevin was having a great game where he was scoring, obviously a lot of points.
It was a game where I had been playing well for a while and really had a flow where the basket looks big. You step on the floor, you go through warm-ups. As soon as the game starts, the basket looks like it increases in size. And believe me, there's enough games where the basket decreases in size. So when it does increase and you're playing well, you really enjoy it.
Danny spins away from traffic. Short, tapped in McHale.
Boy, what an offensive quarter.
And the points just kept piling up, and I kept getting the ball in good situations and scoring it.
Chief. McHale.
It seemed like the ball just finding its way to Kevin. Whether he's right there in great positioning for the rebound or he's in bad positioning, it gets tipped up by 3 people and finds its way to Kevin's hand.
41 points for Kevin McHale. Back to Kevin. Got it. 49 for McHale.
Before you knew it, I looked up on the board, and back in the old garden, they had the runner that went in the back there, and it said new Celtic team record. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was capable. I thought with Havlicek and the great Celtics of old, I thought, boy, that's really something.
And he had about 3 or 4 minutes to go in the game, and we were up by a pretty good margin, and he asked the coach to take him out. And
Larry came up and said, hey, man, you got to roll, and you got to stay in the game. If I get a chance, believe me, I'm not stopping. And so I said, that's all right. I went over and sat down.
I happened to be standing there, and I told him he better go for 60 because 56 is not enough. That will be broken.
It lasted about 5 years, as a matter of fact. And there I go, getting 56, feeling pretty good about myself. And towards the end of the game, I said, I'm going to come out. It was minute and a half or 2 minutes ago in the game. Larry said, were you crazy? I said, I'm had enough, man. We're ahead. And he goes, if I get that hot, I'm not stopping.
And Larry told McHale, and he publicly put it out there, I'm gonna outdo that score.
I think Kevin made a big mistake. He should have tried to get 60, 62 because he had plenty of time left.
Larry, after the game, kiddingly told Kevin, you should have gone for 60.
He said, nah, you should have kept going because that may not last.
I'm outscore you the next time we play. What happened to be against the Atlanta Hawks?
Tell us about it, Sneak. Tell us about Larry Bird.
Seems like you have some experience. A lot of experience. I give you a game. I give you a game. Well, Kevin McHale scored 57 one night. So Bird said, I'm going to break your record against Atlanta. Yeah. I'm like, won't get 55, not here, Well,
in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
You were playing the Hawks, and it was one of those times they were playing some home games down in New Orleans.
And it was in a neutral site, and I know that Larry was always telling the ball boys, hey, go find out the scoring record. As he was getting taped on the tape table, he would always say, hey, go find out the scoring record in this gym.
Hell, it was a week or 10 days later, we're down in New Orleans. Then he just got on fire.
I walked on the court and we're playing the Celtics. And he tells me, yeah, big fella, you're in a little trouble tonight. Well, I was coming from Italy. I had a pretty good season, so I'm like, who does he think he's talking to? I'm the big dog. You don't get this.
He said, I'm the big dog.
He made a few moves. I stole the ball from him. I went down, took off, dunked on his head hard. Boom.
Oh, and
yes.
He has some talent. I mean, he's way up.
Came down another one. Boom.
Taken away by Antoine Carr. Carr can really handle it. 3-on-2. Carr all the way.
Whoa.
He jams. Antoine Carr.
Okay, big fella. I see you.
Yeah, baby Hawks, my behind. You in trouble. And I'm running my mouth, which I shouldn't have done. I guess I got him fired up. And then Dominique obviously got him fired up.
I ain't never seen anybody like him that not super athletic, but he beat you in so many ways.
Yeah.
Larry just decided, that's it. I'm finna light this whole team up.
Left corner, down low for Bird with position. He fakes it and shoots it.
Oh, that's nice.
And Dennis Johnson misses a shot, rebound Bird. Bird on the baseline, great pass.
Larry, that game was unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. Dominique guarded him.
Back then, you had to guard each other.
Cliff guarded him.
Antoine guarded him.
You don't play around.
Everybody, I guarded him.
I guarded him. Nothing worked.
DJ in the lane, Bird the fall.
Oh my, that's so nice.
You were so relaxed when you played basketball. There was something about you just enjoyed playing basketball. I knew that, but you like to talk. You talk some trash.
A lot of people don't realize Larry was a big trash talker because a lot of people back then, there was no social media, so you just saw what he would produce and you would see the stats, in the paper. But man, Larry would talk some trash and then back it up and tell you exactly what he's going to do and then do it right on you. Huh?
Well, see, that's why I say it's not trash talking, because he's actually doing it to you. He's letting you have it.
Up high is Parrish. Off to Bird for the open 20-footer. It's good. Up wing Wedman, down low Bird. He gets away from the steal. The layup is good. Right corner Bird. Backs in. Posted up Bird. Takes the jumper and hits it.
When a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and Bird talked a lot of trash. We're on the free throw line, and he literally says,
this next play, when we come out,
left side, over across the three.
On this spot, and I'm going to bust you right in your face. Right? You come out, that spot, shoot, game over.
And you're listening to him, that's a tough feeling. And so it was a bad night.
And just super smart basketball. But he had a heart of a lion, man. Yeah. Forget about his scoring attributes and his IQ. His toughness, competitiveness was unmatched.
Bird posted left, takes the jumper and hits it again. Ray Williams down low for Bird, who feels it and takes it and drills it again. He's unbelievable. 5 remaining in the third. Bird for the bomb, got it again, a three-pointer. You're seeing the greatest in the game, Larry Bird.
I mean, everybody was entertained by this. Even
That's one
the
on
guys
five.
on
That's
the guys on the Atlanta
They
bench.
got fined for that, I heard.
Yeah. Watch this. Watch the
They got
reactions
fined.
on the Atlanta bench. You see
They got
Scotty
the towel
Hastings
up there
put them-
laughing,
yeah.
and when you get
Now watch Cliff Livingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
Are you kidding?
They enjoy the show. It's like, let's sit back because this is greatness. This is greatness at work. Let's enjoy the show.
He makes a jump shot, and the Atlanta players are high-fiving each other like, man, this guy's so hot.
Johnson, a lead for Bird.
They want him to, that was crazy.
Too. Bird takes the jumper and hits it again. Bird has 54.
He was so hot that he was shooting threes with his left hand. I'm like,
he would tell you he's going to shoot the ball off the glass on the right side. And I'm guarding him like, the hell if you are, I'm on him like glue. Like he owed me $20. I'm following him everywhere. He went down, set a down screen, set a cross screen, set a back screen. I was like, okay, he's away from the place I ain't worried about. Next thing you know, I get a back screen. I'm fighting over the back screen, trying to get there. He gets the ball. He looks at me. Too late. Shoots off the glass. I mean, Larry was one of those guys who was slow, but you know what? He knew how to play the game before you even got to him.
And that was a game that everybody was just jumping off.
Yeah, our bench was celebrating. You know, I ain't never seen that.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one.
Well, it was one play that that Antoine Carr was guarding him. And Antoine let him get the ball.
And he goes to make a move, and I'm thinking, I've got to stop him.
And he was shooting the three. And Antoine ran at him hard.
I got a few fouls, so I forearmed him.
Fouled him.
He's falling down. He shoots that shot and hollers, money!
He literally said, off the glass into the trainer.
He called it. He said rainbow trainer's lap.
He fell into our trainer's lap. It was an N1 three-point shot.
And all players was cheering for him.
And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole. Larry Bird.
That's crazy.
He made the shot so well that it's like he almost dunked on me because the ball went down through the net and you could hear that pow.
That's when I got off the bench. I'm waving the towel, slapping each other high five down the bench, and we're having a good time.
And I'm like, okay. I ran over, picked him up, and said, hey, you a bad boy. And I'm never talking stuff again.
Dennis Johnson. Bird is on the baseline coming out right. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot. They're not going to count it. And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole. They're not going to count it.
And I guess
Yeah, they did. I was like, they didn't count it, did they?
Yeah, but you'd love to have them had counted was that three-point job you threw in going out of bounds. I think that was the toughest shot all night, and it looked like it was going in, but you never know from that distance. And when you got it rolling and you shoot the ball on line, it's usually going to go in. And I thought that one probably should have counted, but I don't know. Larry.
I made sure every one of them get fined $3,000.
As you should.
Fine all them idiots right there, you know, for cheering for him.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Livingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating.
So Fratello told me, Ricky Brown, Sly Williams, Eddie Johnson to meet in his room after we get out, if we get settled in our room, come up to his room, and we went up there. He had the game on. We sit on the couch, elbowing each other, like laughing. Just Mike Fratello said, "Man, look at him. He's kicking our tail, just wearing us out. And you guys on the bench high-fiving each other."
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was
so good.
It was the greatest film session ever because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video. And Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept, not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter. And Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other a high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that.
And you guys on the bench high-fiving each other. That's going to cost each one of you guys $100.
And Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept rewinding.
I left out of the room and said, that's the best $100 seat I ever had.
Coach. It's almost like they bought a ticket to the game.
He said that's the best $100 seat I ever had.
Man, I couldn't believe it, man.
They got fined $3,000, right?
Yes.
Now, we watching the film the next day, and we looking at everybody. Now, Fratello fined everybody $3,000, but what y'all didn't see was he was sitting down like,
you know what? And you should have filed Fratello $10,000. Can you call a double team? Can't you get it out of his hands, coach?
Even the coach was like, ooh.
And that shows you how hot he was.
Larry, put on a show that night, and I mean, just to get the whole Atlanta bench going crazy on some of the shots that he was making down the stretch was a pretty good indication. I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
And I agree with Chris Webber. Like, it should have been fine. Did that? Can't you call a double team? I think the illegal defense was. I'm not sure exactly what the rule was, but it was like you couldn't double them before they got the ball or something like that. But once they got it, like you could run over and double them, or was it not that yet? Where it was you had to play like you had to stay close to your man. I'm not sure what it was, but if the rule said you could double team him, it should have been double teams.
Larry was a phenomenon. He was an amazing competitor. He was something else, man. And Larry's 6'10". I mean, great passer, great rebounder, unbelievable scorer.
Bird, the follow-away, tough shot, and he drills it again. Up his toe. Right corner, Bird, bomb, good. He hurt his toe. Doc Rivers back in. Bird. They open the right side. Bird, the follow-away. He drills it again. That's the best shooting I've ever seen in the game.
Yes, indeed.
One more basket will tie the record McHale set for most points by a Celtic in one game. And McHale didn't set it more than a week ago. If he makes these two foul shots, he will tie McHale for most points ever by a Boston individual in a game. Isn't that an amazing coincidence?
Well, he's had 56 before. Larry Bird has.
Bird has 55. He can tie the record with 56. Amazing. He does.
It taught me when you got guys like him, Michael Jordan, those guys that have that next gear, don't get them started.
Yo, somebody on my team did that. Larry's like, I'm not giving it up. Oh, man. They went for 60.
Yeah, right there he told me. Right there he looked at me and said, "I told you I wasn't stopping." But I tell you, what we're doing at the end of the game, we were trying to get him the ball. He just saying, "Keep on going, Larry." But the funny thing was, he was shooting, and I happened to notice the Hawks players on the bench. They had towels over their heads and stuff like that. So when a guy gets that hot and you're his teammate, all you can do is laugh. I mean, it's hilarious. He's taking the worst shots. He shot one on 5 on that clip, that moon ball. Like he would never shoot a 1-on-5 shot. He was thinking about winning. Like that shot's 1-on-5.
Look at
This is the best. Watch when the guy throws a towel up over his head. Watch it.
I got Scotty Hastings. You tell him. And this one with watch Good News, Cliff Levingston over here. That's definitely fine. Yo, you keep fine on my team doing that.
Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. Larry Bird scored 60. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life. Larry Bird, one more impossible shot after the other.
You played in tennis, but you were just really. Where did you get that from?
I have no idea. Kevin, I was so nervous before them games. I couldn't wait till they started. But once I stepped on the court to go shoot layups, everything just calmed down. I was very fortunate that happened. There's games out there, Kevin. I tell people, and they don't believe me, but we'd be playing really well. And the press always says, what was you thinking when you made it? I wasn't thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking about my grandmother, wondering what she's doing today. I was totally out of that arena. I was just playing by feel and flow, and people don't understand that, but that's how I did. A lot of times, we run a play. I knew what the play was, but my mind might be somewhere else. And they talk about them zones that people get in. That fortunately we got into some, as we get going. And my mind was so far away from basketball, and that happens, and it's unreal, and it don't make a lot of sense, but it's the truth. Well, I like to win, too. I like the outcome when you win. There's nothing better than going on the road. I don't care who you're playing, to get that win on the road. We always felt we were going to win at home, but going on the road, beating anyone, us getting on that bus and talking about the game, and I always thought that was the greatest.
Oh my God.
And let me know down below in the comment section what you thought of this video. If you did enjoy it, please help me out by hitting that like button. Subscribe if you are new for more videos just like this one. Here are 2 new videos I think you will also enjoy. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Absolutely love that video. That was perfect. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal. Out.